I'm Dharma, and this message is going to be for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, cross-watchers, anybody that was drawn to this message. I've been trying for 10 minutes to get this started, but for whatever reason, sitting right where I was sitting in that moment, it was not connected. 10 minutes and 32 seconds is how long it took me to connect. So I'm not sure what the message is in that for Leos, other than something might be a delayed start. Okay, there's going to be an extended for this. The link for that is in the box below to Vimeo, where you can get one, or you can join us on members, and the entire thing is one long video. Okay, otherwise sit back and relax. This is for Leo and Leo. Do we? Let's just go with that. Okay. So without further ado, before we lose our connection, tell me about the characters in Leo's story for this time frame. My readings tend to last from reading to reading as far as timing goes. Okay, tell me about the people in Leo's connection. Can you hear me? And like night and day. So we have somebody who whispers into the ether, says, "Can you hear me?" Like their voice or whatever carries through the wind. They do things so that you can hear that you're wanted or needed or thought about, or it feels very non-intrusive. They don't actually pop up in your life. They pop up in the wind of your life, and this other person can feel it. As soon as I saw this, I heard telepathy, and I was doing the moons this morning too, and that was your telepathic lover shows up. But this is for Leos, okay? And the other character is like night and day. They might be wishy-washy, meaning they change their minds, or it could be that they have two very different lives that they want to live. One is out loud and proud and, you know, Leo style, and then the other is very romantic and Luna energy. The opposite, this person could have exact opposites for their sun and moon. Like if they're Leo sun, they might be Aqua moon, or vice versa. But I love how this person has their hair like this, and it feels like kind of like antennas or giant hearing receptacles. And you're talking about, can you hear me? Of course they can. Look at how loud their receiving factor is. It feels like a yes, they can. If you were curious about, if you know you have telepathy with a person and you think it's just on your end, it's not. You can both feel each other. And sometimes you might find yourself feeling some type of way, like let's say sexual, and you're like, where in the world did that come from? Well, that's what they were thinking, and vice versa. And it feels like it comes in phases. That's why I'm saying it feels very non-invasive. At the bottom of this deck is the fairies version of the Ace of Cups. So these are your two characters in that you have a telepathic relationship here, which also means that there's a solid chance that you and this person are not together. It could also be an indication of somebody who is trying to get their point across, and maybe they think that the other person doesn't hear them or understand them or what have you, but they do. It's just the version of the person that you're going to get depends on whether it's night and day. Depends on whether they're acting in their sun or acting in their Luna, because those are two different characteristics of this person and they don't mash well together. So you have the gate here. So it looks like these two people are standing at a gate, and there is the gateway would lean into one particular path. I turned on a whole bunch of sage because I wanted to clear out the energy because I couldn't get a signal. Something was in here trying to block it and I'm not having it. So I saged it away. Okay. And that probably could be relevant too, that a delayed start was happening because of things that needed to be saged away. Could be thought patterns. It could be anything. But you and this person are standing here at this gate. And what happens when you go through a gate? You're on the other side of something. Romeo. And one thing about this, first of all, I love it how in both images the characters are standing the same way. You have one that's crouched and one that's standing up. This one who, see, and then one that's crouched and then one that's standing up. And it feels like this one, the one with the seashell, in both images, they have a seashell. The reason they're non-invasive in their life is because they just hold loyalty, they hold space. It'll be the retriever comes from the office of unclaimed property. They hold the space for it, they keep it there. And I think that one thing this other enjoys about that is the fact that it'll be the retriever is loyal. This relationship or this thing that will stand the test of time is based on the loyalty factor, that they do hold space for them no matter what. And we are at a place here where the person that's loyal, the one that's saying, can you hear me? The one that is trying to get through it, they're kind of, and it's like this person can see that. Maybe they can see that they're unfulfilled. They're like, can you hear me? And it's like, yeah, they can hear you. It could be just saying that they're unfulfilled, or that they're loyal to you, but they miss you, or they're loyal to you, but you're gone too much, or they just, it's unconditional to a fault, meaning that being unconditional to them kind of hurts her a little bit because they're not like showing up. They're always on an adventure, out on some kind of journey, doing something. And it feels like she's been waiting at the gate for a long, long time. And I remember a couple years ago, like 2019, during live streams, this gate card kept coming up. And we were like, okay, here we are standing at the gate. We're going to have to pitch a tent and live there because this other person isn't ever going to show up. And it feels like here we are 5 years later. And they're standing at the gate too, like hopelessly devoted. And by this time, she's, ragged and wore out, waiting for this person to come through the gate. They could have really long fingers. The sun, there's Leo, family. Aquarius, the star. And the best friend. Supportive, loyal. Again, here it is again. I think what this is that the reason that this Romeo character falls, like it feels like falls for this person, is because of the loyalty over time. It feels like they look back and they're like, when I lost and I look and you will find me. Time after time, if you fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting. Time after time. And it feels like that's so special. The mother lode. It feels like it has put, I don't know, maybe turn their heart chakra on, or it feels like it makes them hit their knees because it's so just everything. That kind of loyalty, you don't find that kind of loyalty in other places. Okay, we get it. They're loyal. Scroll back to the part where her needs are not being met. She's all battered up and tattered up. It looks like she loves them to a fault. What are her feelings toward him? Time, the majestic lion, the hummingbird, the black widow. You might know somebody with a spider web tattoo. That's the sign of Aquarius up there in the corner. But it feels like she probably knows that they are like that. Maybe that's why this Romeo character is so surprised that they are that loyal, because maybe they haven't treated them very well. Tell me about the moment when they actually like fall. This Romeo character, because it looks like they fall and they hit their knees or whatever this is. Because whatever this masculine was trying to do, not around her, falls. I think the word falls. Everything falls. Falls away. Falls apart. And when it feels like they were trying to do a whole whatever, like night and day, something opposite. And it's like here they are again with their world crumbling around them, and there she is. And I think that's, I mean, I don't know if I'm painting a toxic picture here. You saw the Black Widow. Someone is loyal to someone that is toxic. And it feels like they are, and it could just be because they have 9 of Cups, which is maybe an addiction. Maybe that's why this person knows that they don't. It's like she knows that they have an addiction, and that some of the choices that they make happen because of that, and she doesn't let it affect her, but she's not getting involved. It's like from the sidelines or something. Strength, Ace of Cups. And so it feels like they want to make something official right away. Like official, a permanent official, as repayment for loyalty, or I don't know. They want to make something official right away. And I don't know what that means, but it also means permanent. And I don't. Queen of Swords, the Fool, Justice, like the match. What is it that they want? It feels like combining resources and doing all kinds of crazy shit. I'm going to beep a whole bunch of times. Stand by. Okay. The beaver, you get what you want. The dolphins, it's peace and harmony and firefly and chemistry and all this wonderful shit. But this person is possessive, the one that has codependent, they've got like this addiction stuff. You have the wine here. I mean, this person, whatever this is that they do to make something permanent, they do it without consent, meaning they don't really ask. They just do it. We'll be perfect for each other and we'll never find another. Just realize what I just realized. And this is all heart-centered. It just feels like somebody hits rock bottom and they have a realization of who's there for them. And they absolutely cling on to that situation. Out of gratitude. None of this feels manipulative. It just feels like someone's like, wow, that is extra heavy, right? So let's go to the extended and see what happens after this. The link for that is in the box below to Vimeo, or you can join us for the full extended version on Tribe Spirit members. Links for that is in the box below. Otherwise, I will see you next time, Leo. You have a good one. Bring it back.